I work the night shift at a gas station off a rural highway. It's open 24 hours, but after midnight, it's basically dead. Maybe one car every hour if I'm lucky. Most of the time, I just sit behind the counter, watching the security cameras, waiting for morning. The manager told me something strange on my first night. He pointed to the front doors. They lock automatically at 2 a.m., he said. I asked why. Safety. That made sense. Night shift, middle of nowhere. But then he added something else. If someone knocks after 2, don't open it. I assumed he meant drunk people or something. The first few nights were quiet, nothing unusual, just truck drivers buying coffee and people passing through. Then last Thursday, I heard knocking on the glass door. It was 2:17 a.m., 3 slow knocks. I checked the clock again to be sure. The doors had already locked. When I looked up, a man was standing outside. He looked normal enough, maybe mid-30s, wearing a dark jacket. He didn't look angry or drunk, just tired. He knocked again. I walked over but stayed inside. Sorry, I told him through the glass. Doors lock after 2. He nodded slowly. Then he said something that confused me. I know. I waited for him to ask for help or something, but he didn't. He just stood there. After a few seconds, he leaned closer to the glass. Did anyone come in tonight asking for me? That question caught me off guard. No, I said. He stared at me for a moment. Then he looked over his shoulder, toward the empty parking lot. Good, he said quietly. Then he walked away into the darkness. I didn't think much of it at the time, until the next night. At 2:14 a.m., the same man showed up again. Same jacket, same tired expression, same 3 knocks. I walked over again. Before I could say anything, he spoke first. Did anyone come in tonight asking for me? I shook my head. No. Again, he looked behind him, like he was checking if someone was there. The parking lot was completely empty. He seemed relieved. Then he left again. This kept happening every night. 2:10, 2:18, 2:22. Always after the doors locked. Always the same question. Did anyone come in tonight asking for me? Then last night, something different happened. At 1:54 a.m., a man walked into the store. I hadn't seen him arrive, which was strange because the parking lot camera shows everything. He was tall, older, maybe in his 50s. He didn't grab anything from the shelves. He walked straight to the counter. Then he asked me something. Has a man been coming here every night looking for someone? I felt a chill when he said that. I nodded slowly. Yeah, actually. The man smiled. Not a friendly smile. More like he had finally found what he was looking for. What time does he usually arrive? He asked. After 2. The man glanced at the door. The clock read 1:59. Then he stepped outside and stood in the darkness next to the building, just out of sight of the front windows. I watched the clock hit 2 o'clock. The doors locked automatically. The parking lot lights hummed quietly. At 2:16 a.m., 3 knocks hit the glass door. The same man was outside again, same tired expression, same dark jacket. He leaned closer to the glass and asked the same question. Did anyone come in tonight asking for me? For a moment, I didn't answer, because behind him, standing just a few feet away in the darkness, the other man was smiling.